Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another tier list. I did promise I'm making a Pokemon version of the tier list. I just had to reset because that I just previously did the trainer card tier list. That one, I don't know how many people are gonna watch, but no one cares. Um, and just like the trainer card tier list, I'm just gonna express how good and competitive or non-competitive, depending on how you play these cards. But I'm just expressing how good these cards are on a tier list. So you got D to S, very self-explanatory. It's nothing really to introduce, but let's get into it, I guess. And these are in no order because it's very unorganized. I didn't create this tier list. Someone made it. I think I mentioned a name in the trigger card tier list. Um, there he is, Matt. There you go. Shout out to you. Um, but yeah, he created this tier list, and I just borrowed him because I don't know if I could put this much images in this, but yeah, he has the time. And now I'm doing a tier list for the Pokemon base set to fossil format of the Wizard of Coast era. Um, we're doing tier list right here, so let's just hop in. And if there's any like loose cards, I'm just gonna put the basic energy or promo. Black promo base are not gonna be ranked in this. So yep, Black promo Mewtwo, the best Mewtwo. We're not gonna mention much, but hey, we're just gonna rank them separately from a different video. This video may get very long, so I might need to cut them into parts. So this video probably is going to be like 30 minutes at max. So hopefully, um, possibly 40. I don't know how long, but we'll see. Okay, let's stop rambling. Let's get into it. Starting off with Lapras, Fossil Lapras. I mean this water gun for one water energy. But I think the max total is 30 because its base attack is 10, and then you get like plus 10 for each water energy. Yeah. Um, and not the best. Um, but confuse rate is definitely nice, I would say. Um, so it does confuse the opponent. This is pretty decent. I seen this in Rain Dance, particularly. Outside that, I'm not really too sure if Lapras is really utilized fully besides Rain Dance, but yeah, I am going to put this in C. It's just, I mean, it's really tanky, but I don't really see it as like some sort of like all round case. Okay, fine. Let's just put it B because it is a big basic, and big basics were huge back then, and it can attack, so I might as well put it B. Um, okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Uh, I changed my setup from last video. Now I'm in my desk, so I, kind of awkward position. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But all right, let's get base set Mewtwo in the way. Basement. I can't even talk. Base set Mewtwo. Um, this is like joke deck where people just like surround base set Mewtwo with Mulligan. And if you don't know what is Mulligan, is that if you don't have a basic Pokemon you can't really do anything, so you have to mulligan, switch a new set of cards into your deck. And obviously, mulligan would give the opponent extra card. And yeah, it's just such a stupid deck. I don't. It's a hilarious deck to play, but it's so stupid that no one would take it serious. Yeah, I mean, alongside that, Mewtwo is just decent enough on its own. I mean, Psychic, um, depending on how much energy cards on your opponent, is kind of a hassle, especially if you're just dealing 10 damage for each. Um, and Barrier just prevents. You have to discard one energy, one psychic energy specifically, and during your opponent's next attack, next turn, prevent all effects, including damage. Okay. I mean, the whole Mulligan Mewtwo stuffs around the barrier move, so Mewtwo on its own, it's okay. I'm gonna put it in C. It's not that great. Has a lot of flaws, I might say. Um, and you can't really see his HP, but I think it has 60. I think it has 60 HP. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. It probably has 70, but I wouldn't be surprised if it has 60 HP. I mean, it's just uh, a down tier grade of the Black Star promo, right? That's where Mewtwo is at, right? All right. Ooh, we got a Haymaker in here. Cypher, Jungle Scyther. Uh, is actually really good because it was a part of the Haymaker deck. If you don't know what is Haymaker, it's just big basics, just doing fast, quick punches, and yeah, very energy efficient, very efficient in throwing attacks, and just make your opponent just want to rage crit. um, but Scyther, the great thing about this card is that you get to free retreat and usually slash, which does 30 damage. You can use any energy, so you can use double colors energy and just some, color energy that makes it happen. Just use slash and done. That's really it about Scyther, and that's the great thing about it. Also, it has 70 HP, and it resists fighting, so that's me. It resists Hitmonchan if there is a mirror match against Haymaker. Swords Dance. Swords Dance is just a nice addition. Generally, you don't really see it for Haymaker, but you will see it for like other decks such as like Venus Center or other grass typing including decks. But honestly, just using slash can do the trick. Sword Dance is just an upper edge to increase slash to 60. It's just it can be complicated, but can definitely work. Um, but your opponent can definitely rearrange that status buff on Scyther, then you can just completely just not get that sword dance working. Uh, Magneton, Fossil Magneton. I should really just refer them to Yeah. All right. Magneton. Sonic Boom. Oh, I forgot to. Oh yeah, Scyther is gonna be. I think it's S, bro. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's S, right? Magneton. Sonic Boom. Okay, so it doesn't apply weaken uh resistance. Is it to anyone? Or only to the active? I think it's only just to the active. Okay. And the self-destruct is just explodes. Deal ridiculous amount of damage, but also dealing damage to each of the player's benches. So your bench and your opponent's bench. Alright. And you're doing 100 damage. Holy moly. Okay. Magnetot is a risky one, but definitely a fun one to play around. So Sonic Boom is pretty good. I'll say it's I think it's B. Yeah, it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. No doubt about it. I think Magnetar has like 80 HP. I'm not sure. But it's pretty good. Nidoking. Nidoking. I think it's very underutilized and toxic. It's just so good. Fresh is decent. Just that extra oomph of damage, but toxic. I mean, toxic is just like, ooh, that's where the cherry's at. Get to increase poison to 20. That's insane. A little bit of a high requirement, but absolutely worth it. I think it's A. It's definitely not S because there are some flaws about it. Because Nidoking is a stage 2 evolution, and it doesn't resist anything, I believe. But it is weak to Psychic, so it's not like actually generally just fall in the grass type weakness with fire. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it in A, which is reasonable. Next is Snorlax. Snorlax is thick skin. Snorlax can't become asleep, confused, paralyzed, poison. Oh, really? Huh, so any stats... Wait, what? The power can't be used if Snorlax is asleep, confused. Oh, okay. So thick skin resists anything if you do decide to use thick skin. And then body slam, that is like, oh my god, that costs. Flip a coin, if heads, you can paralyze. Okay, you can paralyze your opponent's active. It does 30 damage. Oh wow. Yeah, Snorlax is definitely up there. But personally, I don't know how good it is in competitive. I don't think so. It's really that good in competitive play. Like competitive play. But I've seen people try to utilize it with decks, and it has a whopping 100 HP or 90, I think. I think it's 90. Yeah, 90. I mean, it's really costly just to use Body Slam. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna put below Lapras, but it's decent in some ways since it can tank a lot of hits. And its thick skin is pretty useful at times. But yeah, waiting for its attack is going to take a while. But it does resist Psychic, so that's something. But that is generally the rule of thumb for most normal types, that they resist Psychic. Moltres. Ooh, this is a spicy one. Moltres. I think I mentioned this in my trainer card tier list video, where there are some problems with dealing with Moltres, right? Discarding the top of your deck if you use like Pokédex or some other card that does the same thing. Wildfire can extinguish that, completely ruin your opponent's chance to actually try to win. So Wildfire can be very useful at times, and also try to deck out your opponent, which is mainly what Moltres is. And Moltres is very utilized, especially control Trez, um, something along those lines. Where you just like completely use Triangle cards and then utilize Moltres as Wildfire, and eventually just stalling to deck out your opponent's deck, and eventually you can win. Dive Bomb, very risky one. It's not always hit, obviously, because 80 damage is very huge back then, and requires 4 fire energies. Holy! But Dive Bomb is not bad, per se. It is a 50-50 chance to land a hit, but it is something. Also, Moltres is a legendary. Most legendaries would resist, I should say, the legendary birds, perhaps, resist fighting. So all of them resist fighting for the legendary birds. Just a side note. Alright, that's Moltres. Oh yeah, I always keep putting them in, where should I rank them? I think I should put Moltres in... I think it... Yeah, probably above. Moltres is just good for discarding. Sure, I'll just put it over Neoking for now. Might change it later. I'm not sure. Ninetales. Ninetales. This is gonna be a long video. Like, look at this. Holy moly. Ninetales. Lure, if your opponent has any bench Pokemon, choose one. Okay, it's just like Gust of Wind, basically. Permanent Gust of Wind. Double colors energy, you can use Lure. Bring in the bench. Switch it with active. Fire Blast. Discard 1 fire energy in order to use this attack. Very costly. Like 4 fire energies. Same thing as Moltres, but better because you never miss an attack. The only downfall is that you discard 1 fire energy, which is not bad. So I think this is probably better in some ways, somewhat better than Moltres, actually. I think, Oh man, this is kind of... The thing about, Moltres, you get to resist fighting. Plus Ninetales, you have to evolve. With Moltres, you could just straight up put it. But then again, I don't know. This was actually a tough one. Oh man. So should I put over Nidoking? I think I should. Okay, why not? I might change my mind, but it seems like I'm just gonna keep it that way. Vaporeon. Vaporeon has Water Gun. Oh no, yeah, Water Gun. Limited to 2 water energies. Yeah. But this time you're dealing... How many? 30 damage plus 10 damage for each water energy attached to Vaporeon. Okay, so your max limit is probably 50. Okay. Quick attack, flip a coin if heads. This attack does 10 damage plus 20 more. If tails, it just does 10 damage. Okay. It's decent. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best out of the trio, but somewhere around here. I think it's I think Lapis is still better because it is a big basic, but it is better than Snorlax in some ways. So I keep it as that. Muck. Oh, very controversial one. Muck. The Pokemon power Toxic Gas ignores all Pokemon powers on your opponent's field, I think. Yeah, or your active. Ignore all Pokemon powers after Toxic Gas. Okay, so after you use Toxic Gas, your opponent cannot use any Pokemon power, regardless. So, yeah, that is just absolutely broken. Really good. But also very controversial because, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like an unfair advantage in most cases. Sludge, flip a coin of heads. The Fang Pokemon was now poison. Okay, that's a decent attack. But apparently, its Pokemon power is just very, very good. Uh, very annoying, very frustrating, but is incredibly strong. Oh man, it is controversial. Oh boy. I must say. I mean, it's just really good. I hate to put it S, but Muck is really good. Like, it was the showstopper when it comes to Pokemon power showing up. Like, oh, Moltres? Oh, Pokemon power. And just toxic gas. They can't use it anymore. Actually, no. Ignore that. Wildfire is actually not a Pokemon power. Okay, never mind. You can't do that. um. Okay, in some situations, Muck is not really S tier. Oh man. I don't know. I think I should put in S because Blastoise is very meta back then, and Blastoise always uses Rain Dance, and Rain Dance is actually a Pokemon power. So using Muck, complete showstopper because you could stun Blastoise and not using its Pokemon power. Yeah, it's. I think it's still BS, regardless of the other Pokemon, right? And other competitive play Pokemon that do utilize Pokemon power. Um. All right. Poliwrath. Same thing. Water gun. All right. Whirlpool. The fake Pokemon. Any energy attached to any of the defending Pokemon. Discard it. And deal 40 damage. Ooh. Oh yeah. I remember this. Poliwrath is actually particularly decently well played actually. Orbo is definitely the move for Poliwrath to use. I mean, Water Gun is not bad, obviously, but Whirlpool is where it's at. You could get to discard one energy for your opponent, and you could do 40 damage. Well, that's phenomenal. I'm gonna put it in. Problem is that it is a stage 2 Pokemon. But generally, I mean, it is well worth it. It is well worth it because you get to energy remove your opponents. So I'm gonna put it in. Oh man, it's not too costly too. You need double colorless energy, to water energy. That's actually pretty good. So I'm gonna put it in A for now. Venomoth. We only have 25 minutes. Oh boy. I might make this into 40 minutes. I'm not sure. Alright, I came back. I just got, some things to do. Got got some delivery outside, so I had to, put on hold. But I'm back. So, all right, where are we at? Okay, Venomoth. I was at Venomoth. Okay, Venomoth. Pokemon Power Shift. Yeah, was during your. Okay, so Venomoth, you could be any type. You can switch his type to anything. I believe. Yeah. Any other type in play. So it has to be in play. You can't just like switch it to whatever choice you want. You have to have that Pokemon in play in order to switch it. But you can definitely swap his typing, which I think it's really good. I don't know if it affects the weakness. I'm not sure. Other than colorless. Okay. So I think it changes weakness. I'm not sure. But it is resist to fighting. So that's good. And then Venom Powder. Flip a coin. If heads, the Fang Pokemon is Confuse and Poison. Alright. It's actually pretty good. I'm gonna say B. I'm gonna say right here. This one's actually a tricky one. I don't know where to put it. I think I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. Fossil Raichu. Now the base set. Base set's right here. Fossil Raichu. Giga Shock has 90. I think it has 90 HP. Well, the base set has 80, I think. I could be wrong. Again, I could be wrong. Giga Shock. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and this attack does 10 damage to each of them on your opponent's bench. Well, that's pretty good. And does 30 damage. So, and that's a quite powerful move right there. But it is very costly. It's extremely costly with 4 lightning energy. But there's no drawback about it, so I don't know. The costliness, a bit too much, but I must say is a very pretty decent card to play around. So yeah, definitely a good Raichu card. Base set is also good, in my opinion. Agility can prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, so that's good. And then Thunder, which requires 3 lightning energy and 1 colorless. Flip a coin. If tails, Raichu does 30 damage to itself, so the damage still lands, which deals 60. But you deal 30 damage. So this Raichu has, I believe, 80 or 90. Somewhere around there. Oh boy. I would say, I mean, it deals a lot more damage than Fossil Raichu. But you won't get that extra bench attack. And agility is not bad. Agility is actually decent. Uh, I think I had to put it above Fossil Raichu actually, because that costs. Ooh, that's huge. But yeah, I just think damage is just a lot more efficient than just getting the bench. I think Fossil Raichu is just more situational. Then again, both of them, I think they are very situational because that Raichu, the base set Raichu, does damage to itself. But then again, you can prevent it with Defender. So, um, enemies, you can definitely add Defender into your deck, regardless. Vile, not Victory Bell. I don't know why I said Vile Plume. Um, Victory Belt. Lure, same thing. It's just permanent gust. Acid, flip coin. If heads, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Next turn. Ooh, requires 2 grass energy. Does 20 damage too. Ooh, that's good. Victory Bell's pretty good for what it is. I mean, it is a stage 2 Pokemon. But I mean, that is. I'm gonna put it in B. But it is a pretty good kind of stall kind of Pokemon. But it is a stage 2, so it kind of brings it down a bit. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna put it right there. Yeah. Definitely. Venusaur. Energy Trance. That is really good. I think Venusaur competitively is not too viable compared to Rain Dance. On what is Blastoise? Blastoise is just a lot more better in other scenarios, but Venusaur, Energy Trance with Pokemon Center is a really good combination. If you're just mainly based on base set, yeah, Venusaur is not that good, but since you have Scyther and others that can definitely upper Venusaur arsenal with Energy Trance, that'd be great. Solar Beam, very costly, obviously, but no drawbacks. It does 60 damage. For 4 grass energy. But all around, a very good card, I must say. Personally, so I will say it is. Where should I put it? I'm gonna put it right here. Just an A in the middle. Vileplume. I think. I think this is this base set or jungle. Should I be jungle? Why is there no jungle symbol? Okay, whatever. Vileplume is Pokemon Power Heal. Once during your next turn before your attack, flip a coin of heads. Remove one. Oh, okay. Well, remove 1 damage counter on Vileplume or any other Pokemon. I think. Oh, one of your Pokemon. I don't think so. You can heal Vileplume. I think. I'm not sure. Pedal Dance. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 40 damage times the number of heads. After that, Vileplume is confused. Okay. So the drawback obviously is Vileplume after using attack will be confused, but this can be no problem whatsoever because you can use full heal and just heal up Vileplume, or you can just retreat with switch. But You know. Yeah. Pole dance is actually pretty decent. I mean, 40 damage is a lot actually, and you're just using free grass energy. So Vileplume by itself, it is a stage 2, obviously. Again, just like Victory Bell, but in some ways it does more damage. And I guess it gets support in healing its teammates. So, um, hmm. Is it better than Raichu? I think it is. Oh man. I think it is better than Raichu in some degree. Yeah. Because you can't just use full heal. You have to heal your Raichu. Depends on the hits, actually. Okay. Um. I think right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think Raichu, you do more damage. You use Defender, I guess. Okay. I'm just gonna put Vibe right there. That was kind of tricky. Uh, Fossil Zapdos. Uh, okay, Fossil Zapdos. Think Thunderstorm for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Flip a coin. Is okay. It doesn't apply. It does 10 damage to times the number of bench Pokemon you have. Oh, okay. I don't know how I feel about that one actually. It's very underwhelming. Okay. So there's a drawback. It's self-damaging. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna put it Fossil Zapdos in. I don't know. It's not too great actually. It's not that good. I mean, in some ways, it's kind of good, but honestly, I wouldn't use the Zapdos. Like 4 lightning energy. Oh my god. I think it's C actually. I think it's below base at Mewtwo. Ain't gonna lie. And the fact that's its only attack, yeah. I mean, the best thing is that it resists fighting, but honestly, I would not use this. I think I had to put in D. It's not good. Because that costs. Yeah, that's way too much. You're doing so much damage to Zapdos. Yeah, it's not good. Sorry to say. Wigglytuff. Oh, very iconic. Do the wave. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is just, a stretch, but yeah, do the wave is literally what it is. I mean, depending on how much bench Pokemon you have on your own bench. I don't think it's including itself, right? No, what I'm saying, it's only bench Pokemon. I'm being stupid. Yeah, it's a very popular deck around move, do the wave, especially with I think Dark Hypno and other Pokemon, right? That utilize with benches. Yeah, do the wave is just really good. Um, Wigglytuff is definitely a very, slightly tanky. Slightly tanky. Not the tankiest, but it is quite tanky for stage 1. I must put it in. I mean, it has to be up here, like SA. I don't know if it's S tier. This is also, a lot of people praise this one to be really good, but I don't know how good. I'm gonna put. Then again, resist psychic. Resist is psychic. Should I put an S? This one's a tough one, actually. Okay, I'm gonna put an A for now. I might change my mind. Again, I might change my mind. Okay, it's almost 20 minutes. Once it hits 20 minutes, I'm going to end it. It might get too long. Alright. Base set Zapdos. I think Rocket Zapdos is still my favorite artwork, but Base set Zapdos is by far my second favorite. Oh, but we're not talking about art. I'm not talking about the art. Thunder. Flip coin if has deals 30 damage to itself? Okay, so it's similar to Raichu. Okay. Thunderbolt discard all energy attached to Zapdos in order to use the attack. So it does 100 damage to the active Pokemon. And base set Zapdos, surprisingly, the only legendary bird from base set that actually does appear. Resists fighting, has a whopping, what is it, like 100 HP or 90? I think it's 90 actually. But yeah, base set Zapdos is definitely better than Fossil Zapdos in my opinion. Fossil Zapdos is a complete joke in my opinion. Thunderbolt still is risky, but not too risky enough to actually damage your Zapdos a lot more. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put a bottom of Raichu right there. Yeah, because I think Raichu's still slightly better. Yeah, because Raichu has agility, so there's some sort of safe move to use. You know what I mean? Okay. Beedrill. Alright, Twin Needle. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. Oh, free colors. Okay. Free Grass Energy. Poison Sting. Flip a coin of heads. The defending Pokemon is now poisoned. Okay, so these 40 damage. It resists fighting. Of course, the only problem is that it's a stage 2 Pokemon. But surprisingly, Beedrill does have a good, decent amount of health, 80. So, it does complement with all the good things. And his attacks are pretty decent, actually. His first attack is free colorless, and yeah, he can do wonders. Still a chance-based attack, but I mean, at least you get to flip 2 coins instead of 1. So, that is something. Beedrill. Again, I don't really see people using Beedrill too often for associated deck with grass, but I can see it can do pretty decent at times. I'm gonna put it. Man. Man. I'm gonna put it bottom. Oh, man. Yeah, bottom of A. That was a hard one to rank. I don't know how I feel. I saw the others being like stage 2 as well, so might as well put it there. Okay, last one. Aerodactyl. I think for my last video when I did the trainer card tier list, I mentioned Aerodactyl. I accidentally said genetic memory. I was genetic memory is supposed to be Kendra's Pokemon power. Just side note, but prehistoric power, that's what it's called. And no more evolving for this turn, I believe. No more evolution cards can be played. Okay, so this is definitely Rain Dance Stopper with Blastoise. Uh, Blastoise being a stage 2 Pokemon. Obviously, this can be a huge barrier, a huge defect to any evolution cards. But unless you're playing Haymaker, this is not even a problem. So, still a situational card to play. Being also, like I mentioned in my trainer card tier list video, you need mysterious fossil in order to use Aerodactyl. The good thing is that it is resistance to fighting, and its attack causes free colorless energy, and does 30 damage, so that's decent enough. But unfortunately, its HP is quite low, actually. For a stage 1 Pokemon, it's not good. 60 HP is not great. I think it's below average. I think average stage 1 HP is probably, unless it's evolving to stage 2, that's different, but unless it's just purely just stage 1, yeah, it's kind of below average. So Aerodactyl is probably probably going to C, actually. Is it better than Mewtwo? Is it better than base and Mewtwo? Hmm. That's definitely a debate right there. I'm gonna put it upper than Mewtwo, actually. But yeah, this is so far the tier list. Oh man, we still haven't got to. Oh my god, it's just. Oh my god, this is overwhelming. Oh boy. Yeah, this is like a shoot ton of loads of Pokemon that we need to rank. But hopefully on the next video we can finish up. Hopefully, oh my god, I can't scroll. Okay, all right. So this is so far tier list. We continue on for part 2, so hopefully that'll be up if I do so. Um, yeah. All right. See you guys. Part 2.